This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Top 5 Tuesday and you're getting a double dose today. More on that in a moment, but basically a couple of people have got in touch with me and said, when are you going to do a video on your favourite Christmas tunes? Because we're now a week or so into December, so Christmas has obviously been in full swing for a good 6 weeks or so. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love Christmas. I just used to prefer it when it was in December. But yeah, I thought I'd done a video about my favourite Christmas tunes, but having a quick check through my YouTube archive, it turns out that I don't think I have. So that's what we're doing today. And as I say, it's a double dose of Top 5 Tuesday, because I'm going to do 10 on this list today. So I'll try and be brief, and let's get cracking with
Slade, Wizard, and the Pogues.
Yeah, I've lumped these three together. Slade's Merry Christmas Everybody, Wizards, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl with Fairy Tale of New York. Any Christmas playlist for me just isn't complete without these three tunes. If any of these are unfamiliar to you, maybe the Slade one or the Wizard one, I think they were kind of big hits in the UK, but I'm not sure how international they are, then I'll link to all of these songs in the description. The first two, the Slade one and the Wizard one, yeah, I mean, these came out in the mid-70s, 73 or 74, round about that sort of time. So that is just, it immediately transports me back to those magical childhood Christmases. You know, I think I was 7 years old in 1974. So it's that sort of time when you probably still believe in Father Christmas, you know, and, you know, it just evokes that whole kind of world for me back then. So that's why those two are on the list. And the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York. This, again, it's a big nostalgia thing for me, but I just think it's such a beautifully written song. Another video that I've got planned for some time in the next few months is my favourite story songs. Songs that, you know, kind of depict a narrative and have characters and there's a plot and, you know, and tell a story. And that song is, you know, Fairy Tale of New York is very much in that vein. It reminds me of, you know, being a young adult. It was 87 when this came out, so I was 20 years old. I was living away from home for the first time at college, you know, and it's just all the happy, carefree memories of being a young adult without a care in the world, really. No mortgage, no gas bill, nothing like that to worry about, and just a wonderfully evocative Christmas tune. And as I say, just beautifully written as well, heartbreaking and funny in by equal measure. So, you know, that's why those are on the list. Next,
White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
Of course, it had to be Bing Crosby, didn't it? What a fantastic song. If, you know, this is one of those songs that it's just part and parcel of Christmas, isn't it? It's as much a part of Christmas as, you know, Hark the Herald Angels Sing or Jingle Bells, you know, and just Bing's rendition of it. It's the definitive version. There was another version of this that I was going to put on the list by, do you remember a 70s doo-wop rock and roll revival band called the Darts? They did like a kind of doo-wop kind of rock and roll version of it, which is really good, actually. It's well worth checking out, but, you know, I didn't want the same song on the list twice, and, you know, this is just the definitive version of the song. It has to be on any Christmas playlist, and that's an end of it. Next.
Once in Royal David's City.
Yes, Carols from Kings. There is an annual Christmas carols service from King's College, Cambridge, that's broadcast on the BBC. I think it usually starts round about 4 p.m. on a Christmas Eve. And it's just, you know, it's not quite dusk yet, but it's not far off. You know, you've probably got in from work, or you've probably finished for the day on Christmas Eve, and you put this on, and it's usually the first notes that you hear are a soprano, boy, chorister, whatever you call them, just singing the opening lines of Once in Royal David's City. And for me, that that is the start of Christmas. That is when, okay, we've had all the hustle and bustle and the packed shops and the hassle of, kind of Christmas shopping, and it's been going on for what seems like an eternity. Because I'm not kidding you, when I was last year, or was it this year, I started noticing mince pies and bits and pieces, various kind of subtly Christmas themed things on shop shelves in the last week of August, and I'm thinking, now come on, you just, you're just kind of jumping the gun a little bit there. But as soon as I hear those opening notes of Once in Royal David City from the, carols from Kings, then that's when, okay, yeah, now it's Christmas. So for me, that one had to be on the list. Next.
In Dulce Jubilo, Mike Oldfield.
Yeah, Mike Oldfield's In Dulce Jubilo. If you don't know this one, then I'll bet you do when you listen to it. As I say, I've linked to all these down below. It's an old English traditional carol that Mike Oldfield did a version of back in 1970, whenever it was. And again, nostalgia value, childhood Christmases, all of that sort of stuff. It just brings all of that back to me. He'd had a little bit of a hit with another old English folk tune called Portsmouth, which, again, you'll probably recognise if you hear it, but this was, again, a similar kind of thing. There was a lot of this sort of old English folk stuff going on in the 70s. I mean, obviously you had Jethro Tull with Ring Out Solstice Bells and Steel Eye Span with Gaudete. But this, for me, this beautiful little instrumental tune, it's celebratory, it's gorgeous, and again, nostalgia. Childhood Christmases, happy memories. It had to be on my list today. Next.
Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy, David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Yeah, Bing makes another appearance on the list, and this beautiful duet with David Bowie. I think it was the last Christmas that Bing was alive, and he was still in fine voice, and Bowie was, this kind of Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy from like a TV special that was filmed in the UK, I believe. I remember it being on TV. I remember, kind of seeing this when I was a kid. And again, as I'm going to say for all of these songs, it's just the nostalgia value. It's a beautiful, beautiful duet between two very different singers from very different generations, just, coming together in beautiful harmony. And you can string all kinds of metaphors out about, being the true spirit of Christmas and all that from that little nugget of information there. But yeah, it's a beautiful song, beautifully sung, always makes me think of my childhood Christmases. So again, that's why that one's on the list. Next.
Happy Christmas, War is Over, John and Yoko.
Yeah, now, this one was a big hit when I was at school. It was the year, it sort of came out, I think, when John Lennon was murdered. It was reissued and became a big hit all over again. And that was the first time I really remember hearing it. And I was in the Christmas Carol concert at school that year, and doing a little bit of guitar playing and singing in the choir and stuff. So, yeah, and this was one of the songs that our young and trendy music teacher, still remember him, Mr. Coffey, I wonder whatever became of him. This was one of the songs that he had us all singing, and we're doing the kind of, the kind of Harlem choir kind of round singing that goes on behind the main vocal. It was just a lovely thing to be involved in, and I think I played guitar on this as well, and this expanded my knowledge of suspended chords, learning to play this song. And again, happy memories. That's the story of most of the songs on this list. So great Christmas song. That's why it's here. Next.
I Believe in Father Christmas, Greg Lake.
Okay, Greg Lake, yes. Now, I remember this being a hit again when I was a kid, and just take for granted all of the happy memories, childhood Christmases, sort of stuff that I've been blethering on about so far. All of that applies to this equally as well. But this was a track that sort of got me into more sort of, shall we say, serious popular music, more rock music, I guess. I'm not saying it's a rock music song, but, suddenly there's this name being spoken of Greg Lake, and then people are mentioning Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I remember not long after hearing this one Christmas, when it was initially a hit, I remember hearing Fanfare for the Common Man and thinking, okay, yeah, this is interesting, and sort of it opened a new door for me musically, in terms of my musical tastes and what genres I was listening to, all because of this Christmas song. It's also got that beautiful piece of Prokofiev in there, the main melody from Troika, which you may remember I did an arrangement of on last year's Christmas YouTube thing that I did. So yeah, again, happy memories, fantastic Christmas tune, and open my ears to other genres of music. So that's why that one's on the list.
Bring Me Sunshine, Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah, it had to be. Now, in case you're thinking, what on earth is this song? What's going on here? This isn't even a Christmas song. If you're from the UK and you grew up in the 70s, this is very much a Christmas song. The comedy duo Morecambe and Wise, Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise. It's difficult to portray how big stars they were in the UK. Their Christmas special got viewer ratings that would be unbelievable to a modern audience. We only had 3 channels in the UK back then, but it was literally, people used to define how good their Christmas was by how good the Morecambe and Wise Christmas special was. They had other shows, like other, series on throughout the year, but the big event, the big TV event for Christmas was always the Morecambe and Wise Christmas special, and this was their theme tune, and, it will always evoke Christmas to me. Just if you don't know the Morecambe and Wise Christmas specials, then go and check out a couple of old episodes. I can highly recommend, if you just do a Google search for, Morecambe and Wise, Andre Previn, that's a classic, that, or Morecambe and Wise with Shirley Bassey. It was a bit of a thing in the 70s. If you were a big star, you were actually queuing up to get onto the Morecambe and Wise Christmas show so that they could lampoon you and kind of make fun of you and belittle you in a very affectionate and funny way. It's just, again, magical, happy childhood Christmas memories, and that's why this one's on the list. So there you go, folks. A double dose of Top 5 Tuesday. My 10 favourite Christmas tunes, and let me know what yours are in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested to get a little bit of back and forth and interplay, and read what you guys come up with and what you think of my choices. So there you go. That is pretty much it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it reasonably entertaining. That is, after all, the point of me doing these things. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars, amongst other things. What a cracking way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.